Hello, welcome to another episode of Indigenous Survival. I am your host, Jeff Soaring Hawk Gibson. I am here in a nice, beautiful fall day. Yes, a little bit, you might see a little sprinkle of rain, but it's not bad. Over here at beautiful Lieber State Park in Indianapolis, Indiana, Putnam County to be precise. If you have never been here, I highly recommend it. And if you have, then you already know how beautiful this place is. You're less than 10 minutes away from the upper and lower falls of Cataract Falls if you're into that. It's got beautiful hiking trails. And by the way, this is not a pitch for Lieber State Park. They are not paying me to say this. It's just that it's a beautiful place. And since I am Miami Indian, this was technically my people's hunting grounds and lived here. Who knows where my tent is right now in my car, but could have been standing at one time a wiki up that belonged to some distant cousin. Okay, today I want to cook for you. I want to do what I'm going to call, since I'm out here in these woods, I like to call this Pioneer Pot Roast. This is also a little special to me because in a few days, my lovely wife, who's my camera lady and boss, is her birthday's coming up, and this is also what she chose to do because on her birthday she's got to be at work. So it was her option, and this is what she chose. And since she knows I love outdoors, we're here. So, like I said, today I'm gonna do what I want to call Pioneer Pot Roast. Oh, sorry guys, I had to move my wife's marshmallows. She was having hot chocolate with marshmallows and whipped cream. So, sorry, they're not going in the roast. Okay, what I'm going to do is, this has got my favorite cast aluminum pot. I love this thing. I got a little salt in it, so let me rinse that out real fast. Well, a little salt ain't gonna, extra salt ain't gonna hurt anything. Let me just take and wipe this out just a second. Okay. Just got my standard. You can use cast iron. I just got the cast aluminum. Does the same job. What I'm gonna do is, you don't have to use this. I don't know if I should say where my wife is at, works from, but hell, I'll give it a shout out. My wife works for Kroger's, so I got Kroger brand beef broth. You can use any brand. You can bake it yourself if you want. Just gonna put this in here. Now, is this a recipe that I read somewhere? No, I did not read it anywhere. What I'm basing this recipe on is what I know pioneer people would have done. You know, my great-grandmother, I never met her, but my dad said she would make her own stock when they bought meat, and she would get the bones from the butcher, and they would make their own stock. Okay. I want to put this two lovely DNR people. They come by all the time. Okay. I'm just putting 2 bottles in there. I'm going to keep the third because as I need it, I'm going to use it. I'm going to put it down here with my coals down here, and I'm going to get that sucker start heating up. Now, what I'm going to use is, like I said, my dad told me that, my grandfather told me that my great-grandmother, when they bought from the butcher, she would ask for a lot of the bones because she was going to make stock. And she would put those and vegetable peelings into a pot and cook it all, get it going hot, and then simmer it all day long to make her stock. And then she'd strain it out and put it up. Knowing that, what I'm going to make this pot roast. I got a nice little pot roast here. It's an Angus pot roast, chuck pot roast. This one is almost 3 pounds. Probably way too much more for just me and my wife, but hey. Also, I got some beef chuck riblets. I'm going to use these as if I was the the marrow bones. I'm going to use these as if they were the marrow bones, and that for the pot roast. Yes, there's meat on them, and yes, you can eat them, and I probably will eat some of them too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these. I don't really like grilling beef ribs, and I'm going to tell you why. Yes, they're tasty, they are good, but there ain't much meat on them. But my mom would buy stuff like this to make when she made her vegetable soup. So what I'm going to do is, in honor of my mother too, is I'm going to use these. Like I said, I'm going to cut these in little pieces. They're going in my stock, and it's going to be simmering. So, and no, you see my green onions here, and you see the blood on these, and you're probably going, why is he going to put, well, those green onions are going in my stock here, so they're going to be in there with it. Cut these in their pieces a little bit. So you have a sharp knife, and these are going in my pot. Which my pot, because I've already got my coals here nice and hot, it's already starting to boil. Put my lid on, and I'm going to let those cook for about an hour before I put in my nice pot roast. I'm going to put in some of these baby carrots, some potatoes, and these green onions. Now, obviously this is not going to be something I'm going to be doing in 2-3 minutes, and I'm going to pull out something that's already done. So when you see this video, this is a multi-part video. So, stay tuned, ready for the second part, because maybe a third part, because as I put stuff in, it's going to be a different part. So, this is into part 1. Wait for part 2, and then part 3 is where we serve it up and eat it. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. It's been a little bit. It's been raining on and off here at Lieber, so I am wet. Maybe my hair's a little more messed up, but I'm gonna bring you over here. Now, I was gonna put my potatoes in the pot roast, like I'm going to do my carrots here in a few moments. Which I had to get out my tent because I've grabbed everything because all of a sudden it came up a downpour. But it will not hold them due to the fact of all the meat in a little smaller pot. And if you wonder why, if you're out there and you're thinking, how did he keep the fire going? How did it probably really didn't rain. I can show you. I got rain sitting in one of my chairs. The picnic tables are soaked. My car's wet. If you know how to build a fire, you know that you can shield it with wood on top to block it from being soaking wet. So, I'm going to go ahead and pull my lid off my pot roast. What you're going to see in there, excuse me, is I put some green onion. That's the only thing I got in there besides those ribs in there. Ooh, wind just blew some fire in my face. You'll see one there's one right there. Okay. I got to push that down a little bit because I got to put some carrots in there. But you can see it's been on several hours now. And so instead of potatoes in there, we're having baked potatoes with it, which the boss said actually she likes better. So boss gets what she wants. Unfortunately, she just reminded me I left her sour cream at home because, well, sorry baby, but I didn't know I was going to be baking them. I thought they would be in it. But we got plenty of butter. So that's been on roughly, I don't know, 2.5 hours maybe, close to 3. I'm going to let it cook for a few hours longer. And people may wonder about my baked potatoes. See, here's the thing. I double wrapped them in aluminum foil. So you can't overcook a baked potato. Okay? You can't. You can't overdo a pot roast if you're putting it in broth, because because you have the moisture in it, so you can't overcook it. It's not going to overcook. Um, but like I said, now this is a special day because my wife unfortunately has to work on her birthday. So this is I said this before, this is kind of her little birthday thing. Along with this, I have strawberries with angel food cake and whipped cream for dessert. So yeah, a little extra special. That's why I'm doing this. It's still, maybe I don't think it's actually raining. I think it's the rain from the water from the leaves above, what leaves are above us. No, but you'll get wet. So wet t-shirt contest. But unfortunately, my wife, when loading our car yesterday, helping me load it with everything, all of our stuff for being here, she slipped off the curb that was wet and injured her knee. Now, I know some people out there may say, why did you go and why not take her to the hospital? That was actually my first thing I said to her. I will start unloading the car so I could take you to the hospital. She said, I will tone it down for YouTube. Hell effing no.
You got a video.
We are, this is my birthday thing. We are going. To hell with it. I will do it when we get back. If it still hurts. So yeah, if it came up a rain right now hard, my poor little wife is going to be drowned. But so anyway, like I said, you can't really overbake a potato. You can't overdo a pot roast. So the only thing I'll put here now would be the carrots, and this will be the end of part 2. And stay tuned and show you the end results. Okay. Um, everything's done. I'm about to show you what it looks like. It's been another 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Okay. I know the carrots are nice and tender. Now I'm going to pull it up. There's what it looks like in the pot. I'm going to let my beautiful wife get out of the rain a little bit and sit down for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and pull everything. And just to let you know, these are made by Reynolds. They're throwaway grill pans. I've never seen them before. They got little holes in them so they'll heat. I guess it's I don't know what you're going to grill with it. You put this on your grill, I guess. But I'm just going to use them to carry my stuff. And after I show you everything, yeah, I know, 5-second rule. Let me rinse these off. Give me a second. Okay, now I'm going to pull this. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint about stuff. Now you see this is falling apart. A little tricky there. But I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a hint, okay? A little suggestion. When you do stuff like this, you got that powdered gravy mix, brown gravy. Little suggestion what you could do is what I just did with it myself is, yeah, you're supposed to put it in a pot and put so much water, bring it to a boil, then add the cold water. Well, you know what? You may be intimidated by that and say, I can't do all that. Well, guess what? All you got to do is take a little bit of these drippings, put in the bottom of a measuring cup or a bowl or anything else you have and want to use. Put that in it, then start adding this juice, this stock to it. Now because why? Then you got the beef gravy, you got the brown gravy, but you're using beef broth instead of water, and you get a much better, very tasty gravy with little to no effort. I mean, because it says you got to boil water first, then add in the packet and stir it, then add in, a cup of cold water, and yeah. Well, to me, gravy should be thick and everything like that. Well, that's a gravy to me. But, you know, I don't let the idea of the package tell me how I can do. I mean, yeah, that's if you're doing it at home. But like I said, just use a little bit of this hot, because you know it's hot. It's under a bunch of coals. So anyway, I am going to sign off now. I'm going to let you, please, if you like this videos, and I encourage you to try it next time you camp. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. And I'm going to take my lovely dinner into my tent. Me and my wife are going to eat dinner.